Chapter 12. Last Will and Testament. Robbie opened his notebook to a blank page and wrote, Last Will and Testament. That's what people wrote before they died. He looked over at Bo. He didn't have long now. 15 minutes at the most. To my friend Doug Daniels, I leave my baseball card collection and my throw-yo. To my neighbor Toby, I leave my stuffed animals and my G.I. Joe action figures. To my mother, I leave my... Robbie! His thoughts were interrupted by Miss Williams. Robbie, it's time for book buddies. Miss Williams waited at the door with the red folder. Bo was standing beside her. He seemed to fill up with the opening of the door. This did not look good. Robbie got up. He felt the eyes of every student in the class watching him as he walked toward the door. Nice knowing you, a voice whispered. Good luck. You'll need it, said another voice. He walked up and stood beside Miss Williams and Bo. Miss Williams handed him the red folder. The first page inside will tell you what to do, she said. Bo has worked with Mrs. Beebe. Bo knows what to do. Don't you, Bo? Bo nodded. Robbie blinked. He could imagine the things that Bo knew how to do. Slow torture, knuckle sandwiches, Indian burns. He took the red folder from Mrs. Williams and headed out the door behind Bo. The door slammed shut. Robbie followed Bo down the hall. He watched Bo's shoulders from behind. Bo had muscles. Big muscles. 2 desks sat by the wall waiting for them. The hall was dark and empty. It looked bigger than usual with no other kids in it. The hall was quiet. Too quiet. Bo sat down. He filled the desk like a grown-up. Robbie sat down too. They looked at each other. He waited for Bo to say something, but Bo was silent. Robbie had to say something now. The right thing. His life depended on it. He had seen a cartoon one time where Bugs Bunny lit a fuse in a storehouse full of dynamite. Elmer Fudd had to put out the fuse before it hit the dynamite. Elmer Fudd danced and stomped on the fuse in desperation, but it kept on burning. Robbie felt that kind of desperation now. If he could only say the right thing, the fuse would go out. What do you say to a bully? He felt like opening his mouth like baby Toby and saying, Wah! If only he and Bo had one thing in common. One thing to talk about. He looked down at the red folder and saw the name Clyde Elmer Haney. As much as he hated his own name, it wasn't as bad as Clyde Elmer. Is that your name? He pointed to the folder. As soon as he said it, he knew that he had said the wrong something. Bo's head snapped around. His eyes looked at Robbie with beady sharpness like a falcon coming in for the kill. Yeah? He snapped. You want to make something of it? No, he said. I hate my name too. What's your name? Bo said. I mean, your real name. Robert Hayes York. Huh. That's not bad. You talk about bad. Clyde Elmer. Now that's bad. Robbie was having a conversation with Bo. It's not my real name that I hate, said Robbie. It's my nickname. Robbie. That's what I hate. Yeah, said Bo, nodding. I would hate that too. Like Clydie. Robbie giggled. You making fun of me? The sharpness was back in Bo's eyes. No, said Robbie. You just said something funny. Yeah, said Bo. Right. Then something amazing happened. The corners of Bo's mouth turned up. Just like a little bit, but Robbie was sure he had seen it. Bo smiled at Robbie. The imaginary fuse went out. The dynamite was not going to blow today. Bo grabbed the folder and opened it. You hold up these cards. I say what's on them. If I miss, you tell me. Robbie pulled the flashcards out of the folder. He noticed that the hall wasn't completely dark. A ray of light came through the window at the end of the hall and made a small yellow patch on the floor at his feet. He was going to live.